a sneak peek from Book 3 of The Adventures of Isabelle by Nicole Cutts. Books 1 and 2 available on Amazon. The Rose Night players were leaving at dawn, so Isabelle and Nanichi wanted to spend the little time left with Sesa Woruban and Nyame, as they were not likely to see them for a long time, if ever again. Their last late-night dinner was quiet and brief. That night, Isabelle and Sesa Woruban made love as if they would never see each other again. While her first encounter with Captain Flint, then known to her as Murgatroyd Archer, had also been intense, it was tainted by how it ended. Their second encounter was gentler, but that time it was she who was motivated by subterfuge. She had not consummated her relationship with Xamayca. What she experienced with him was new and beautiful, but genteel and not quite adult. Lovemaking with Nanichi was adventurous and full of discovery, but it lacked the depth of true love. While they thoroughly enjoyed one another and cared for each other, it was driven more by the love of pleasure than the pleasure of love. And she could not compare her otherworldly interludes with Mami Wata, a sea goddess, with a human man. Her encounters with the shape-shifting Sesa Woruban were charged with a heat and unbridled intensity that she dreaded letting go of, each moment an exploration of their deepest desires. As the sun was rising, she lay on top of him, kissing him all over his face and neck, committing the delicious, manly smell and feel of him to memory. Then she sat up and looked down onto his storied face. As they gazed into each other's eyes, she searched for the truth of this man and wondered how many characters he'd inhabited or had inhabited him. She saw his body, his whole being, as a desert landscape, the characters he'd played, winds that had swept across him, shifting the sand's contours, leaving new landscapes in their place, but never for long. She wondered if there was an immovable bedrock beneath this Sahara of a man, and if so, could anyone, even he, know its true contours? He was smiling up at her, his dark brown, amber-scented eyes looking into the now dark forest pools of hers. "Princess, what are you thinking?" Isabelle, knowing he'd be but a memory soon, felt there was no time for soul exploration. "Nothing really, I'm just memorizing you. So where are you off to next?" He smiled. "I'm not sure. We will see where the wind takes us," she chuckled. "Yes, I imagine if you weren't an actor, you would be a sailor." Then she added wistfully, "I wish I could join you following the wind, but not on Exodus. I prefer to ride on the back of the ocean. I'm afraid I've not quite found my land legs here." Then, rousing herself, she mumbled, "If wishes were horses, beggars would ride." He pulled her to him and began kissing her. "Come here." She allowed him to kiss her and kissed him back, but only for a moment before rolling off him and onto her back. "Come, the sun is soon to rise. You must prepare yourself to leave, and I need to get back to my room." They kissed one last time before she stole back to her chamber and climbed into bed. She had a couple of hours to sleep before she needed to ready herself and meet Temisandra in the library to learn what she'd uncovered about Lord Oswald. Follow Princess Isabelle's adventures on Amazon, Instagram, and Facebook for more information, news, and promotions.